Hi everyone, this video is for English 115. Let me go ahead and share my screen and we will talk about our Moodle page a minute. We are in module 9 and we did a testing last week on chapter 2, and so our next one is launching off, or our next module is launching a little bit off that, in the fact of you're learning about the brain and memory, those kinds of things. So our next area we're going to go into is going to begin building an essay. And in this essay, the information, I tried to do a kind of a one-stop shop here in the resources for you. If you click into the resource, these are all the resources I think you're going to need in order to help you do this essay. Now, I do want to start off, the essay's not due this week. We are starting our pre-writing of the essay this week. But in order to kind of do pre-writing, you kind of want to know where you're going. So if you'll notice, these are the chapters or pages, but right here, I start with the instructions. This is what the essay, this is what you're going for. So all the instructions are here. I talk about you're going to use the internet to learn how something in relationship to the brain, maybe a point of interest or the mind that you want to research and find information about and share with the reader. So you're going to use basically get your information off the internet, although if you have other credible sources, those are certainly acceptable. But you're going to surf the web, essentially. Anyways, here's the essay. It's going to need a title. It's going to have an introductory paragraph. You're going to have 3 body paragraphs, and each of those will be an element relating to that topic about what you're talking about. For example, maybe your topic you wanted to research is Alzheimer's in women. And so, okay, what 3 elements about that are you going to be sharing in the essay? So that would be one paragraph about that, another paragraph, so on and so forth. Then, of course, you'll have another paragraph with a conclusion. And then, of course, these are the writing requirements. Nothing new here, all the same that we've done from your last essay, which is Times New Roman, double spacing, 1-inch margins, MLA document design, all those kinds of things. So I don't want to read that to you. You can read it. But if you go over here, it talks about stages of the writing process, and it's a link. It talks about the writing process. If you link in, it's good information. It's basically just making you understand writing is recursive, which means it kind of goes in loops. You can do a little research, a little writing, a little research, a little writing. And then you're going to revise, and you draft, revise. But the stages are pre-writing, which is what we're doing right now. And then you move into researching and drafting, and then revising, and back to drafting, maybe revising again. It depends how many revisions. And then finally you publish or submit. So the third resource, CRAP test, relates to identifying for credibility. Now you can only use credible sources to get your information on this, and you have to validate that they are credible sources. And what does the CRAP test mean? It means you're looking for currency, how recent is the information, how reliable it is, what's the authority, in other words, what's credibility of the source that you're using, and then what's the purpose of them? Are they biased in this? Are they trying to promote something? Are they trying to sell you something? So you want as much fact-based as you can get versus opinion. And if it's biased, you really want to be aware of that, okay? There's lots of good information out there, but the trick with information is, of course, sifting through and finding credible information. Okay. Then there's a video on how to write an introduction. If you want help on building an introduction, there's a video on how to build your conclusion. And then, of course, we have a video on how to set up your paper in MLA format using Word. And then, of course, the grading rubric last. Now, those are all in here. Now, I do want to emphasize one more time, the essay that you're going to be building is not this week. We are just starting the pre-writing. But I wanted you to have those resources so you can be thinking and you understand where we're going in our pre-writing. In other words, what's the goal of this? So the activity this week is deceptive in the fact that there's only one, but you need to really spend some time with this and put in quite a bit of effort. So essentially, what you're doing is you're surfing the internet this week. You're doing lots of research. You're going to explore topics of interest to you. The only criteria is it has to relate to the brain or the mind. Now, you can use past items that we have been reading about, studying about, or you've had a discussion relating to the brain and the mind or memory. And, but basically something that's of interest to you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to choose a topic of, okay, what do I really want to do deep researching on, or what have you surfed, found surface information on, and now you're ready to really do some deep reading, deep research on this. So post what the topic is that you've chosen, and then explain why you chose this topic. You know, what is it? So I used Alzheimer's earlier. Let's say you want to do Alzheimer's, maybe Alzheimer's in women. And so then what are, you know, you're maybe your grandmother has Alzheimer's, or maybe you have a family history of Alzheimer's, that kind of thing, or maybe you're going into the medical field and this is why you want to find out more information about this. So whatever your topic is, you need to explain why you are choosing that topic and what kind of motivated you to choose it. Be sure to look at various items, variety of items. We are doing this as a pre-writing strategy to help you generate topics, because I want you to really have looked at a variety of opinions, a variety of sources, different points of view on the same topic, that kind of a thing. Remember, topic is generalized. And so if you, for example, if you choose Alzheimer's, you're going to need to narrow that down to 3 specific aspects of Alzheimer's. You're going to share that information about it with the reader. And then of course, those will be your 3 body paragraphs. So in the reply, when you do your reply, you're going to reply to 2 others. And what you're going to do is you can either suggest further options or different points of view that they may want to look at in relationship to their topic. But also I want you to ask them at least 2 questions in relationship to the topic or the areas that they have talked about. I do want to remind you, you need 7 sentences in narrative form for this one. You probably won't go over 7 on this one, but I do want 7, you know, 2 or 3 absolutely should be in relationship to topic and why you're choosing it. And then of course, another 3 or 4 in relationship to, okay, what is the topic? What is the area you're going to cover in the topic? The 3 areas. I think that is it. I don't think I have anything else I need to go over with you. That's the big one. Remember, your post is due on Wednesday, replies are on Sunday. Spend the week surfing, and then post what your ideas. I will be wanting you to narrow down some things. Oops, sorry, I clicked into the wrong section. My apologies. I want you to have your topic narrowed down, ready to roll, because starting next module, you're going to be drafting. That's all I have for you this week. Hope you have a great week. And as always, reach out with any questions or concerns.